Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel, Chad Morse. Donald J. Trump is starting to become even more crazy than what people have actually starting to actually experience here. And by the time all of his trials are done, all that stuff, there will be like one of the biggest moments where Donald J. Trump has like one of his biggest narcissistic temper tantrums because all of his trials and everything didn't go his way. And also because he had been indicted so many times. Trump is a crazy man, and it wasn't noticeable back in 2016 when he was elected President of the United States. But by 2020, it started to become a bit more noticeable. And Trump is a crazy man. Not just for a Republican, but also, crazy because of his narcissism, too. And yeah, I'm... This is so crazy. Like, what this guy has actually become. And he's become so insane that all of America, I don't think, would want to, put up with this guy any longer. And why would people want him to be, President of the United States again from 2024 to 2028? I mean, right, this guy did enough to damage the country already from 2016 to 2020. And the January 6th insurrection, well, that was an attack on the Capitol. He incited his mob on January 5th to go march up Capitol Hill and overturn the election results. It was a threat to democracy, which he is facing a trial involving January 6th. What he did, he attacked the Capitol, and he attacked the will of people to vote for whoever they wanted, and he was a threat to democracy. Yeah, he was an absolute crazy person. And the reason why he attacked the Capitol on January 6th, or his mob, he told them to go up Capitol Hill and overturn the election results. And January 6th, the Trump mob was so violent that day up at Capitol Hill. There was smashing of windows. They climbed over barricades. They were climbing up walls. And, all that kind of stuff. And these were pretty much terrorists. This was a terrorist attack on the Capitol. And this, the January 6th insurrection was like, you're not going to forget it as much as 9/11 now. Trump's being held responsible for the January 6th insurrection because he wanted his mob to go attack the Capitol that day. And now all the bad narcissistic stuff that Trump has done, do the people really want this man running the country again from 2024 to 2028 and continue to drive America in the wrong direction? Because Trump would be that crazy to actually do that. He's actually becoming pretty insane right now. But it'd be even more... he could be even more crazy and insane after he has been indicted so many times and has been found guilty of a lot of his crimes he committed. So, former President Donald J. Trump doesn't want to take responsibility for his actions. He claims he has done nothing wrong to the country. He claims that he's innocent, which I disagree with because the man is a pretty big liar. He has lied to the people about the COVID-19 virus, that it wasn't as deadly. He claimed it was like a flu that just comes and goes. That was downplaying the COVID-19 virus, saying it was like another flu, it would just come and go away, when actually it's the opposite. COVID-19 is actually more deadly than the flu. He even told Bob Woodward that in private, that COVID-19 was even more worse than the flu. But he said he continued to downplay the virus. He continued to downplay COVID-19 because he didn't want to create a panic for the American people. So, I mean, honestly, I think there's like a lot of people here in this country that probably had enough of this narcissistic psychopath that I don't even know how they would want this man being president of the United States again. It's insane. It's crazy. And we all know it. We all know this. We all know how crazy this man is. It's becoming... It's... It's pretty bad. Not only that, but it's, very bad. So, by the time all of Trump's trials are done here, I'm sure what the next thing he's gonna do is he's gonna go on Truth Social and make a bunch of delusional posts and stuff. And, do what Trump absolutely does. Just lie, continue to claim that, he has done nothing wrong, and he'd probably claim himself to be a perfect man, which nobody is. There's no perfect man or perfect woman. Nobody is perfect here. Nobody can be. Nobody ever will be perfect. And that's just proof that if he said he's the perfect man, he's definitely lying to you about that. Excuse me. And the craziest thing right now would be, typing all caps on Truth Social. Trump is absolutely crazy. He could go completely insane by the time all of his trials are done. And, he'd be going completely insane because of the fact that he'd have to go to jail. He would still continue to claim that he's done, nothing wrong. And he would think that he would still continue to think that he's above the law. He's insane. He's absolutely insane. I don't know why people would actually want a kind of guy like Trump actually being president of the United States again. Basically what he would do is just what he'd actually do is he'd just divide the country even further. That's pretty much what he'd do. And I'm sure there are people out there that don't even care how divided the country is. They would vote for him anyway, because they believe that Trump is a very, very good man, and they'd probably be convinced that Trump's a perfect man when he's not. And they probably believe that his lies... They probably believe his lies that he has never done anything wrong in this country when actually he has. And this is insane. This is absolutely insane. I have to be honest with you. How much longer are we gonna have to deal with this narcissistic man? How long is America gonna have to continue to deal with this man not being in jail yet? I mean, it's dangerous to have a narcissistic man like Trump running the country here. Seriously. It's just too much having a man who is exposed so much of his narcissism right now to a lot of people, to allow him to actually be president of the United States again. It's dangerous, and this man would actually not only just divide the country even further, but what he would also do, he would also spark violence in this country, possibly. And he would probably do whatever he could to actually try to destroy America. And let's not mention that he would also try to possibly start a World War III. Which I couldn't imagine how much more divided the United States would actually be under Trump if he were elected again. There would be a lot of, oh, probably, probably, sparking more violence, and, possibly using as the military as a weapon to actually, use as like for punishing the violent people in this country, and just doing whatever he could because he think he'd have authority as much as he'd be president elected again in 2024 to 2028. It's crazy to think about. But, as you know, It's crazy. I don't know what much more to say in this video about Donald J. Trump other than I'm sure that the public cannot wait for him to start kicking and screaming because all his trials didn't go his way, and he's no matter how many times he's indicted, Trump would actually kick and scream and whine. He would make complaints on his Truth Social how unfair it is for him to be indicted for something he would claim that he would claim that he did nothing wrong when actually it's a lie. We've all seen the bad stuff that Trump did to this country. The attack in Iran, the mishandling of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, the Stormy Daniels case, or the Stormy Daniels incident, and January 6th. Well, Trump did bad things. He could claim that he did nothing wrong on his Truth Social, but that won't make it the truth. You don't get to pick and choose what the truth actually is. The truth is reality. You can't change that. The fact that Trump committed the crime that he committed, that's the truth. You don't get to pick and choose what the truth is. Stormy Daniels incident, the mishandling classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, the January 6th insurrection, all of it. All the crimes that Trump committed, he has to take responsibility for by law. And even though he doesn't like it, he still has to be held responsible for the stuff he's done. He can claim how many times that he's never did anything wrong. He can say that how many times he wants to. But it's not going to change anything. And we already know that because Trump's not getting his way, the more he's going to be kicking and screaming and throwing his narcissistic tantrum like he's always done. Or like we've seen. And this will be the exposure of Trump's true narcissistic colors. And the people will be looking like, wow, do we seriously want this guy running in the country again? Like, would Trump would actually be fit to run in 2024 to 2028? Clearly, I'd say, I'd definitely say no. Because the save or make America great again, I would pretty much say that'd be a lie. What Donald Trump would actually really want to do is divide America again, even further. And I'm not even going to, lie about that. Because this is just my prediction of what Donald Trump would actually really do to the country in 2024, 2028, if he's elected as president again. But I'm sure that he'd be headed off to jail after all of his trials are finished. And that's where his true narcissistic colors will be exposed. The whole world, or a lot of people here in the United States will begin to actually see how narcissistic, insane, crazy man Donald Trump actually is. And once he's held off to jail, people are going to be like, people probably would actually be like, okay, like, this is an example of a Republican, a crazy Republican. This is the kind of image that Donald J. Trump represents for the Republican Party. A narcissistic, crazy businessman. I mean, do we want that kind of a guy running the country? Absolutely not. But I can't make people's decision. Anyway, guys, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, Charles and Morris. And until my next video, after all these trials Donald Trump goes through, when he's indicted so many times or found guilty of January 6th, of the January 6th insurrection, and the, inciting his mob on January 5th to go march up Capitol Hill. Once he's found guilty or indicted for that, the more insane Donald J. Trump is going to get, and that's where the narcissistic true colors of Donald J. Trump will be exposed. Have a good day. I'll see you on my next video.